Yokoso Otakus, we're back today with Shuten Order. We're going on the justice route a little bit more. We didn't quite finish up the mystery yesterday. My sleeping pills kicked in, I became loopy. And so today we're going to wrap that up. We're going to go into the next mystery, the next part of this mystery. And we're going to go through that too. I don't know if this is the end. This might be the end of the justice arc, or we might have one or two more. We'll see today. Let's jump into it. If you guys like this content, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. Subscribe to Yokoso Otaku, more anime news, reviews, and gaming. Did you find the answers for why Skijiro came here at 6 in the morning? The Kikiri siblings seem to come here for the tobacco. He has no reason to come here when they're all fighting about the will and so early. Not that I don't get the sudden urge for some grass. But even then, the lack of record of him leaving the greenhouse is troubling. That is very strange. And the gunshot was unmistakingly from the manor. So Skijiro must have gotten back to the manor by 7. Be it by someone bringing him there or him going of his own free will. Sorry, I was just thinking, what if, his clothes were torn, right? What if he was killed in the greenhouse and then through the secret door brought into the manor and then into the room, and then they locked the door and they went out the window, and then, look, that's why there's different guns, right? Either way, he left the greenhouse somehow without being seen on camera. But how? I don't know. Would it be okay if I look around the greenhouse a bit longer? I may find something other, or I may find some other clue or hint. Of course. As long as you're not late, which you're free to do as you wish. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you then. Alright then. Aight. This is the backside of the greenhouse. There's a hedge here and a fence over there. There doesn't appear to be anything, and it's narrow. Nobody would come. Okay, let's see. Definitely, I see suspect already. Here's suspect 1. Nothing at the hedge. Wait, it looks to be the string caught on the hedge branch. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Good start. Second glass. At glance, the color is wrong. This isn't it. Oh, wait, what? Wait a minute. Were they tricking me? The color is wrong? Wait, what about Skijiro's clothes? I feel the same as the protagonist. This is it. Hey. Look, isn't this the same color fiber as Skijiro's clothes? It would seem so. The hem of his clothes was all torn up. Could it be that maybe it was caught on this and got torn? Yeah, I mean, obviously. That's the only explanation I can think of. However, the space between the hedge and the greenhouse wall is terribly narrow. Why would he be walking about in a place like this? He wasn't, his body was dead, it was being drugged. Maybe he left a greenhouse note somewhere. What do you mean? Back door. Maybe there's a secret entrance. There must be a hidden door around here. Yeah, okay. That's quite the interesting theory. But no matter how hard we look at it, there isn't anything that could be a door. But if there's a back door here, you could leave without showing on camera. The string says there's an exit somewhere. I'm really curious where this damn exit is. Well, this is 50%, so that was half of the mystery back here. The wall of the greenhouse we were investigating, it's exactly opposite the entrance. There's a cluster of bamboo growing here, separating the manor from the greenhouse. You could get right to the manor heading straight from here, though. Where are we relative to the manor? Could that window be? Wait, I think we were supposed to press that. We'll come back though. The Kikiri Manor is visible from here. Where would that be? I think I read that. There doesn't appear to be anything out of the norm around here. So we're not going to push that. And maybe since it's not usually traveled, but the ground has no shortage of weeds. Well, why is that shocking? And why? I'm really getting irritated at this point because I keep seeing things on the ground. Like in the room where Skijiro was killed, there was all these little trinket things on the ground, and they're like, nah, you can't look at those. We're gonna just ignore those. And then right now we got this little like broken something. Maybe it'll come from the window. Let's just hope from that. We'll press the window. Okay. Could that window be the library window? No, the library window is like up high, isn't it? There's not another option that I could think of. That slightly open window, the one in the library, right? It would appear so. Yeah, okay. I take back what I said. Look, these are shoes under the window. I didn't notice when looking from the inside, but those are definitely Skijiro's shoes. Why would his shoes be in a place like this? That's it. That's wrap here. But it still doesn't answer where this damn secret door is. Would you look at that? It's time, huh? Already? You know who murdered Skijiro? No, not yet. I don't even know how the greenhouse opens. Like, we're so close. Well, the meeting is just for talking about the inheritance, not necessarily about finding the perpetrator. Yoichi and the others may not be intending that. Can you evade their pursuit and reach the truth? Let's see the great detective in action next time on Dragon Botland. Yes. Dragging these nuts. The second inheritance meeting is to begin. Even I have no idea how it will turn out. But I can say this, I have no desire to get caught up in anything else, so the correct answer must reveal themselves. But am I really up to the task? Boy, we barely had any left, didn't we? We could have called it right then and there. This would have been where the stream should have ended. 2 seconds later. I knew that was going to happen, though. That's okay. We're moving on. Inheritance meeting number 2. Which actually, no, we should do the inheritance meeting at the end of an episode. Because that, like, kind of finalizes a section. Let's see where we go. Alright, then the second Kakuri family inheritance meeting will begin. I, Unagami Kishiro of the Ministry of Justice, shall act as the meeting's moderator. I am impartial in this matter and will only lend my ear to the truth. When this meeting adjourns, I will make a final decision. So I encourage cordial debate. For some reason I was trying to read that, I will make a fiscal decision. I mean, it's kind of a fiscal decision when you think about it, right? Let's begin. There's but one topic at hand. There are some among you not worthy of the Kakuri family inheritance. Yori, Mizuno, it's you! And how is she not worthy of the inheritance? Murdered Skijiro. Murdered him to bump up her portion of the inheritance, thus making her a heretic. Banish her! I haven't done anything. At this rate, Mizuno will be made the culprit. He didn't do it. There's multiple pieces of evidence to back that up. You got it. Bing. Bing, bing. Alright, during the crime, her situation, and the situations of the people nearby. I don't think anyone watching this is going to get that reference. Put it together and prove that Mizuno couldn't have killed Skijiro. Prove Mizuno is incapable of committing the crime. Okay. What was Mizuno doing at the time of the incident? When the gunshot sounded, what was Mizuno doing? She was farting her pants. I feel like it's this one. Mizuno had been doing the laundry and cleaning. Oh yeah. Failed? No, this isn't the information I need. What was Mizuno doing at the time of the incident? Oh, this is a totally different day. When the gunshot sounded, what was she doing? Okay. What was she doing? Was it? No. Who said this? The day before his death, you've seen roaming around the mansion. Saizo is leaving the house around 7. The only people who knew the contents of the will. Mizuno is at the garden pond feeding koi. Brain dead. IR dumb. She was at the pond in the garden. She couldn't shoot Skijiro. So they say. We've unlocked the next area. Alright, next area says, what is the testimony of someone who is nearby at the time of the incident? Wait. With her testimony alone, it's just going to be denied as a lie. There should be other testimonies that back this piece of paper up. Somebody near the crime scene said something curious. It was... No, it wasn't. It was... Was it... Woke up at 6 a.m. and was in his room till 7 a.m. when he heard the gunshot. Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to verify that. I think it's Skijiro. I think Skijiro was able. Then says no, because it would be Seizo. That's not right at all. This is a totally different thing. I can try this one. I don't think it's correct. I think it's oh no. Okay. I don't know how that really works, but in order to get to the library, they must pass Shiratori's room, but I have Shiratori's testimony that no one passed. Mizuno didn't go to the library. Got it. From these testimonies, the conclusion that we can draw is this. I said something in the last stream that was like way wrong. Moving on. With your powers combined, deduction complete. When the gunshot went off, she was feeding the koi. Couldn't have been her. She's the one saying she could be lying. Strike that, she's undoubtedly lying. No, it's not a lie. At 6 a.m., Dr. Shiratori was already awake, going through his routine. If someone passed his room, he would have heard the floor creaking. It's not possible to reach the library without going down that hall. And I have his testimony that no one went down there. Wouldn't it not need? Is that true? Yes, I did say that. So Miss Mizuno's alibi is true, and she couldn't have been at the scene of the crime. Whoa, well, that's the only proof she didn't go down the hall. But I saw it. The crime scene wasn't a sealed room. The window was open. If you say she was outside, then she went around the back and shot from the window. Isn't that right, Mizuno? Fired from outside? I hadn't even thought of that. That's true. It could be done from the outside, too. Wait. If the shot was fired from the outside, then the scene would be different. This is obvious, inconsistent with that truth. Piece is where his body was lying, basically. Corpse. Body orientation. That's it. What's important is the direction of his body. I didn't read that. Whatever. Skijiro was shot in the right eye. The bullet didn't pierce through, so we can say... Oh, the bullet didn't pierce through. Oh, because it was a small caliber weapon. So when I was looking for where the bullet went, the trajectory, and trying to figure all that out, I was dumb. It's no surprise. I'm dumb. Confirmed. The bullet didn't pierce through, so we can say he had to be shot from the front. If the victim was facing the window at the time of the gunshot, then would have fallen face up towards the wall opposite the window. But when he was found, his head was pointed towards the window. Yeah, Corey Des. So he couldn't have been shot from the window. Says something else. I don't know what he's saying before Corey. I would like to speak. Go ahead. There is something I was wondering about. Dr. Shiratori stated that he could tell someone passed in front of his room, but absolutely would. Hear footsteps. That statement feels off. Oh, and why is that? If that's true, then how did the victim, Skijiro, enter the library? Dr. Shiratori said no one passed down the hall. Truth is, Skijiro died in the library. What I'm trying to say is, Dr. Shiratori's testimony is unsuitable evidence. Oh, so you're implying I'm a liar? No. I believe that you may not have noticed someone go down the hall. But the fact that you may not have noticed makes your testimony faulty. So there could be the possibility you didn't notice the perpetrator as well. Did Shitori not notice Skijiro pass down the hall? I guess not. This piece proves that. No. It was. There's a reason why. There's a fucking window, yo. A window. We talked about the window already. We need to talk about the wall. We don't need to talk about the sweat that runs down my... what's important here is the open window. No, that's not important. Why are the shoes important? What? Huh? Oh, okay. No, the shoes are kind of irrefutable then, right? That's it. The shoes were outside the window. So... Ichiro's shoes were laying outside the library window. He most likely came in through the window, not the hall. So this would speak against Dr. Shiratori's testimony being faulty. Skijiro came in from the outside. He was seen going out to the garden by Miss Mizuno around 6. That testimony is false to begin with. Nope, at the same time, Skijiro showed up on the greenhouse's security camera. He appeared to have some reason to go to the greenhouse. Dick. There's one thing about that that's bothering me. Go ahead, Shiratori, you may talk. Mr. Witness Detective? If you check the security footage, there should be a bit of truth you picked up on. Bit of truth? Oh yeah, you mean... Bit of truth shown is that Skijiro is someone else? Skijiro wasn't shown leaving. Security camera was broken. Skijiro was shown leaving. Or he wasn't shown leaving. Skijiro wasn't shown leaving the greenhouse. Yes, I just checked for myself too. For some reason he was shown entering the greenhouse but not leaving. Also, I believe you already know this, but there's no way to leave the greenhouse other than the automatic door in the front. Coming at me, dog? Where you at, dog? Where you at? How do you interpret this oddity? He had never stepped 1 foot out of the greenhouse. Would flip the whole case upside down. Don't you think? That would make the maid's alibi irrelevant. Could be the perpetrator. It was Mizuno. Explain that, detective. If you can't prove this, then it would mean she did it. Well, now it's time to do the underpants stance here. How did Skijiro head to the manor without showing up on the security footage? This is the main issue with this case. It is actually. It's very problematic. But I should reach the answer by carefully putting the gathered pieces together. You and me and her, simultaneous you. During the investigation, we found an article left behind by Skijiro. Something that shouldn't have been seen normally. That has to be a clue to solving the mystery. What was the other item Skijiro left behind? His clothes. Oh, a thread caught in the hedge. I almost picked tobacco. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No shit, I'm right. For some reason, thread the same color as Skijiro's clothes was behind the greenhouse. Unlock. Alright, what was the other item? Alright, what is the proof that the fabrics belong to Skijiro? Oh, that's not that hard either. That's his clothes. What's important here is fabric is the same color. The hem of his clothes is right. Both. Both! Come on now, it's both! Don't be stupid! Damn it, game! There's no doubt that torn part got caught on the hedge behind the greenhouse. So Skijiro was walking behind the greenhouse for some reason. He's dead. His body was carried. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong on that. Let's not listen to me, as you never should. Alright, if there was a back door to the greenhouse there, then he could have secretly gotten out. The door Skijiro used was... I think it's either the manual handle or the lighting system. One of the items that controls the greenhouse. Its function is unclear. Handle for opening the door automatically. Because it's not the front door, and we're not talking about these two things at all. So those are irrelevant. Camera footage, probably also irrelevant. So we're stuck with manual handle or lighting system. But the manual handle just opens the automatic door. I wish we would have tried it to see if it opened anything else up. That wasn't it. Might have to try this over again. I can't save right now, I'm screwed. The only one that I can think of is the manual handle. And then we lost. Let's see what happens when we lose. No, that's not it. Oh, good now. I don't know. Now I gotta do some extra editing. Matter, Mr. Shimobe? What's that pathetic look? I don't want to see something so gross. Some detective, useless. Leave this island now. I might have overestimated your abilities. End of meeting. And so I was let go of my detective. I was let go of my detective and witness duties and forced off the island. Yeah, one to try. All right, that's our first game over of our game playthrough, right? That's valid. That's legit. That's straight. All right, meeting 2. We're gonna do some skippity doodah, skippity day. All right, look at that. We're back now, and this time we have all of our trust because we knew what the answers were. Which entrance did he use? Okay, so which entrance did he use? He used the library window, the door, the automatic door. I mean, we only have so many choices. There's no way he used the automatic door. We already know the lighting and the manual aren't going to work. Camera footage is not really going to help. So I guess we'll shoot the library window. I don't know that that makes any sense. Yeah. This one's really stumping me. Okay, if there was a back door to the greenhouse there, then he could secretly get out. The door Skijiro used was... This one is so confusing to me. This one literally says, this can't be it. Like, if they say that this one's it, they're really frustrating me. This doesn't make any damn sense, but... Wow, how does that... Okay, let's see what the explanation is on that one. There's only one door to the greenhouse, the automatic one. If that's the case, he couldn't have left through the automatic door. What? I think I read that wrong or something. What? Proven fact? Happened with my controller? That was weird. Okay, how did he exit the greenhouse via the auto door? So how did he get through the back? Oh man, this is a lot more obvious than I thought. So basically, the power went out. He cut the power with the lighting system, and then he used the automatic crank to open the doors to get out. What? Maybe there's some kind of so that because the lights were out, there was no recording. There was that greenhouse system that I couldn't figure out. This one, I don't know. They're really throwing me for loops, and it just kind of makes me feel real stupid. By using that system, the entire greenhouse rotate? Oh! The entire greenhouse rotates. That's it. If there's no automatic door on the back, then you simply move the door itself. That almost seems way too obvious, and I don't know why that never clicked with me. The greenhouse must be made to do that. By the lighting system on the console. Lighting system must be to efficiently let sunlight into the greenhouse, so it would rotate so the plants can be where... It's to rotate the greenhouse, letting in the most sunlight. Alright, but could you really get out through the door with the greenhouse rotated? If you can't leave until the greenhouse returns to the front, this theory won't work. No, that wouldn't be because of what was written there. Huh? What proof is there the automatic door could be used when the lighting system? I mean, this is the only thing I can think of. There was a caution note near the handle. Open using this handle in power outages and when the lighting system is active. Oh, I thought it said inactive. So when the greenhouse rotates, it is possible to go through that door. When the system is active, the automatic door must most likely lock. So you won't need to open the door manually with that handle. Got it. In these testimonies, the conclusion that we can draw is piss. I mean this. Very convoluted system. Maybe Skijiro rotated the greenhouse. How would you? Huh? The greenhouse rotates? What does that mean? That greenhouse has a lighting system. The lighting system does what its name implies, directs sunlight to the plant, meaning the building itself can rotate 180 degrees. When this system is active, the automatic door is locked and you can't get in. However, if someone was already inside, they might end up trapped. The door can be opened with the manual handle. If you open the door via the manual handle and exited with the greenhouse rotated, you could exit and go to the manor without being seen by the camera in the arch. Lies! What proof could you have? Oh, I have proof. There was some fabric caught in the hedge where it would be rotated. This is from when Skijiro's clothes were caught and torn by the hedge's branch. Why would he go to a place no one ever goes to? This is the perfect proof he rotated the greenhouse and exited. What? Why would he go through all that trouble to get to the library? I want to hear a good reason for that. Yes, Skijiro is the victim. Why would he be doing anything that's suspicious? It's most likely because his motive was to kill me. I feel like he would rather kill Yoichi than Mizuno, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like Mizuno is viewed by them as like such a lesser thing, like a lesser person, that she's like easily dispatchable. So like if they get the money, they can just get rid of her. Like it's not even going to be a problem, even if she gets half of it. But like Yoichi is much more of like a player and direct. So I'm gonna go with Yoichi, but I could super be wrong, and he could be absolutely wanting to kill Mizuno, which he was. Perhaps Skijiro intended to kill Yoichi to increase his intelligence. What? Kill me? Then why go to the library? What does that have to do with killing me? Yeah, okay. I just thought I'm sorry, I was wrong. Let me start over. He probably was trying to use the greenhouse camera to make an alibi. By leaving a record of him entering the greenhouse at 6 and not exiting, he could have believed that that would be proof that he was in there the entire time. When in reality, he rotated the greenhouse left and headed to the library with the intent to murder Miss Mizuno. What? Skijiro was attempting to murder Miss Mizuno using a gun. Yoichi, is it true that the gun in the library was from your father's room? Yes. Yesterday I saw Skijiro leaving Kiyomasa Kakiri's room. Most likely took the gun then. Yeah, he was a little rattled up in himself. There's a peephole made in the back of the library book. The peephole was bored into Miss Mizuno's room. Peephole, really? I saw it as well, there's no mistaking. But Miss Mizuno was already in the garden at that time, so she avoided being killed. And then Skijiro was in turn murdered by someone else. Wait a second, what you're saying doesn't make sense. He tried to kill Mizuno, but was killed instead. Then wouldn't that make Mizuno the culprit? Skijiro's murder is... not... No, that can't be. When the gun fired, Miss Mizuno was in the garden. That maid could just be saying that. Maybe she was actually in her room. No, there's no mistake that she was in her room. Otherwise, she would have run into Miss Shiatori when she left the room. True, she came down the hall from the opposite direction. Then what? Skijiro was shot to death from an empty room. Well, shot to death from an empty room? Maybe we've made a grave mistake. Maybe it wasn't a peephole. Maybe he was shot through it. Maybe someone shot through the wall at him. That's why the gun is in her room, and a gun that there's nothing going on with it is in his hands. And that's because he was holding it, hoping to shoot Mizuno. That's what I think. What's up? What were you thinking? Could it be that you see it? Truth of the case. It's not a peephole, it's a bullet hole. Who? Mizuno, right? The one who shot Skijiro was... Yoichi. What? Oh, wait, there's too many inconsistencies for that to be true. Oh, shoot. Was nobody? I mean, if it's not Yoichi and Mizuno was out feeding fish, then it was no one. Wasn't anyone. What are you saying? That he was shot despite nobody being there? No, the evidence we've collected so far reveals the truth. Nobody pulled the trigger. Nobody, because it was a trap. Oh, that's why there's the string. The string was on the gun, and the gun was on the bookshelf, and the string was pulled when he took the book out. He took the book, and it sprung the trap to shoot the gun. The gun went off, fell on the floor with the string. The guy in the other room got shot and dropped the book and dropped the gun he had, because he was trying to kill Mizuno, probably. Trap? Skijiro was shot dead by a trap set in advance. Although I'm sure a trap meant to shoot someone in the face is hard to imagine. Do you have any idea of what such a trap would be? A trap, how much can I envision it? No, I'm gonna figure this out. I think this is it. I think this time I am right and I'm not dumb. I think I got it. The trap that took Skijiro's life. If I can line up all the pieces I've gathered, I should be able to see the trap. Let's go over each weapon and the state of the murder scene. What was the weapon that was used? Not the revolver, the Derringer. Small handgun on the floor of Mizuno's room, yes. I'm pretty sure I got this. He was shot dead with a gun, and only the Derringer had traces of being fired. So it must have been the Derringer that killed him. I would not have been able to do this last night. That would have been wild. Sleeping pills hit way too hard last night. The trap would need to have been set up in somewhere in advance. Put about that. Where would the gun have been placed? On the bookshelf. The Derringer was laying in Mizuno's room, so it had to have been set up in her room. It couldn't have killed Tsukijiro in the library from her room, though. However, there was a peephole in the library bookshelf connected to her room. If positioned in Mizuno's bookshelf, the peephole, it could have killed him. Like, you know, he took the book out and right in the face when he took it out. There's no blood on the book, but that's fine. Now, Tsukijiro came to the library to kill Mizuno, but got killed by a trap instead. So he tried to kill her while she was in her room from the library. In order to take aim at her in the next room over, he used something. Wait, what? What did Tsukijiro try to use from the library to kill Mizuno? What did Tsukijiro try to use from the library to kill Mizuno? This is the only one I can think of. Hopefully this isn't wrong. I gotta save, because if I screw up, I'm dead. That peephole, I don't know who made it or when, but Tsukijiro appeared to have known about it. So he entered the library intending to shoot Mizuno through the peephole. Things are getting way too hot here. They're not gonna let me save. Good. Okay. What was the switch that activated the trap? Now, I think we can do this unless they give us tricky responses. Drawing on everything I figured out, I can feel a theory coming. I mean, it's easy. It was the bookmark string. What was the switch that activated the trap? Was it... This is what sucks. It's like, what was the switch? It's like, was the book considered the switch, or was the string considered the switch? If you're looking at a switch from the idea that it's an object, it's the object that you touch and move, the touching and the moving, and not the mechanism of the trigger, then it's the book. But if it's the mechanism of the trigger, then the string tied to the gun was the switch. They're kind of two in the same. I'm gonna go with book, because I think that that's where they're going with it, but this could be disastrous. What do you do with that book? Put the book on the shelf. Oh, he took the book off the shelf to trigger it. Yeah, that was He tried to look for Mizuno through the peephole to shoot her. There would be a book blocking the hole, so he would have to move that. He would put his eye up to the hole as he pulls the book. What? But the book was the switch, so he was shot in the eye. One more, and if we get one wrong answer, we're done. On the hot seat right now. What was the switch that activated? No. How are the trap trigger and the gun connected? Okay, we got this. The book was the switch, and the gun still haven't been linked yet. Why would pulling the book fire the gun? Something was connecting the book to the gun. Oh my god, you don't have to spell it out that deep. Like, this isn't that tricky. Bookmark string. Bookmark string left in Mizuno's room. Bookmark string in the book was tied to the trigger of the gun. The end of being tied into a loop is also proof of it. The bookmark string is used as a trap switch. It's very short and is cut. This was the marker from that book. Got it. In these testimonies, the conclusion is that we can draw. The conclusion we can draw is this. Deduction complete. Okay, so I take this back. We're like at 45 minutes right now. This is probably going to be the video. The shooting and killing of Skijiro was a trap that had been set in advance.
見えました。
I got it.
スキジ
I
ロさ
know
ん
the
が
type of trap that killed Skijiro.
よろしい。
Great, let it out
では
then.
披露
Let's
して
hear your elegant theory.
温室を抜け出した
All right,
スキ
after
ジロさ
leaving
ん
the
は
greenhouse, Skijiro
まず
entered
窓
the
から
library via the window
そして覗き穴から
and
水野
looked
さんの
through
部
the
屋を覗
peephole
こう
to
と
Miss
本棚の本を
Mizuno's
引き抜
room
こうとしました。
and went to pull out a book.
しかし
However, that book was the
殺
trigger
人の罠を張っ
set off the killer's trap.
その本のしおり
The
紐が
marker from the book was connected to the gun in the other room through the hole.
その銃
That gun, the Derringer, was set
覗き
flush
穴
with the other side of the
そ
hole.
して月次郎さんが
And when Skijiro pulled the book,
しおり紐が引き金を
the
引き
marker string pulled the
Dangan
trigger
nahasasara.
and the bullet was fired, hitting Skijiro.
ちょうど覗き穴を覗き
He
込もう
got
と
hit in the right
顔を
eye
近づけて
just
いた
as
た
he
め
was
に
trying to peer into the people.
答えはこれです。これがこの事件の
That
真
is
相
the truth behind this case.
そう。
There's no way.
バカな。
No, no, no! Ah! I don't think he's the killer. I think it's Mizuno. I think that's what they're gonna do with this. I think they're gonna try to like big twist us with like actually it was Mizuno all along. I'm very suspicious of this. This was it. This was my chance to trap Mizuno.
この人水野さ
This
んの仕
man,
業
he
じゃ
tried
な
to
い
make
と分
Mizuno
か
out
って
to
い
be
て
the
犯
culprit,
人に
knowing
仕
it
立て上
wasn't
げよう
her.
としていたの。
This is one of those content creator moments where you just realize you're posting your stupid on main. This man, he tried to make Mizuno out to be the culprit, knowing it wasn't her.
なるほど。
I see. If someone were to look into the hole, they would be killed.
しかし問
The
題。
problem is, who did this?
その穴を仕
Who
掛
was
け
it
たのは
that set the trap?
銃が仕込ま
The
れていた
gun
の
was set up
は
on the
メイ
maid's
ド
bookshelf, right?
それなら答え
And
は
the
明
answer is
白
clear.
じ
The
ゃない
culprit must have been. Yeah, it must have been Mizuno. I thought he just said. He just said it. Did he not just say it? No, it was me.
銃が本
So
棚
you're
に
saying that you were in
仕掛
that
けられていること
room
に気づ
not
く
knowing there was a trap in it? Yes, I had no idea, really. It's the truth.
気づかなかったの
I don't think it's too hard to believe she didn't notice.
覗き穴はちょうど
The peephole was hidden between two books.
ふん。
So you side with her not setting the
公
trap.
平な第
The
三者に
neutral
よる
witness
立ち会い
sure
人
is
が
siding
随分
with
と
one person alive.
公正な
Right?
立
I
場
mean,
で
it
見
is
れば
true. It's
彼
really
女が
not good.
最も疑わしいのは明白だと思いますが
We're simping like a Pokemon fan. And yeah, I hate Pokemon. Put that out there. I think she's as junk as Hassan and Ludwig and all them others. I think she would be the most suspicious from an impartial
誰
perspective.
が見ても
No matter how you look at it, had to be Mizuno.
私はあ
I
く
am
まで
only saying that it could have been anyone that set the trap
水
up.
野さんだけが
I
犯
don't
人
think
とし
it's
てやり
fair
側に
trying to
挙げら
make
れるの
Miss
は
Mizuno out to be a scapegoat. That is a good point.
彼女が部屋を出て
Anybody
い
could
る
have set
間
it up while she was out of the room.
僕は
I don't accept it. She set the trap. Someone cast her out now. I won't give any of the inheritance to that woman. Unexpected? That was brutal.
大丈夫ですよ
He's fine. I didn't hit him that hard. There was like blood in the
会議
air.
を続けられそうになるんです
However,
ね
how are we to continue the meeting?
第2回のくくり
Let's
家遺
adjourn
産
the
相
second
続会議
Kikuri
は
family inheritance meeting.
なお
The third Kikuri family
第
inheritance
三回
meeting
遺産
shall
相
start
続
an
会議は
hour earlier tomorrow.
何しろ明日
After
12
all,
時
the
がタイ
time
ムリ
limit
ミッ
is
トです
tomorrow at noon. Let's begin an hour before.
それでは皆さん
Well then, let's break for
これ
now.
にて
Well,
第2回遺産相
if
続会議を
he
終了いた
admits
しま
to
す
committing the crime, and they said at the beginning of all this there's only 2 left, doesn't it just default to Mizuno? But I think he wants us to solve who the killer is. Well, I don't know. This guy killed him, so I don't know. Second Kikuri family meeting is
お
adjourned.
疲れ様です
Thank you all. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you all, right? That's it right there. End of meeting. The good way, not the game over way.
こうして
Alright.
第2回の遺産相続会議は
We're gonna call it
ひとま
here.
ず終了した
I want to thank everyone for coming in and checking out these videos. I know they haven't been going out at the pace that I want. We're going to put these videos out every Monday Wednesday, and Thursday. So we're going to do 3 a week going forward from now on. I'm cutting our Friday one because I just need to free my time up just a little bit more, and that's going to get us there. So I hope you guys enjoy it and you tune in on these videos. We're playing until the brakes fall off. I am going all the way through this whole game. We're going to solve the entirety of this mystery. It is going to take a while, but I've really been appreciating it. And I know these videos aren't really well received, but there are a few of you who are watching them and are enjoying them. And I appreciate you greatly. You're all amazing. If you haven't already, feel free to like, hit the thumbs down, and subscribe to Yokoso Otaku for more anime news, reviews, and gaming. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.